What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Before we get started, a like, comment, subscribe would not go astray. Haven't posted a couple of days, didn't get a deadline video out. I've been a little bit flat out with Father's Day and everything this weekend, but a couple of things to talk about, I guess, including the weekend's game, which I'll probably do towards the end. It doesn't usually get as many views or clicks or whatever, but am I disappointed with the window? Probably a little bit. I think we lacked a star signing, which would have been made up for what we missed in Somerville, Routier, Gray. But I think the players we brought in were needed. I really liked the depth on the weekend of the bench. And I'll get onto that once I do my game review. But we brought in Schmidt and Tanaka since the last video that we did. Necessary signings. I really like those signings, especially after watching them play. I think a right back was surprising a little bit, but I guess Sam Byram can be back up to Firpo, so not the end of the world. And Tanaka needed a midfielder. And I guess it's yet to be seen if he's a Kamara replacement from what we saw on the weekend. He's well on the way, I think. So I think the talk of Gus Hamer coming into the end of the window, if we had got him, it would have been really that would have been the statement signing. It's true though. Where would he have fit? He obviously starts in the 10. But there's a lot of players there now, and you think, Ramazani probably doesn't start at the moment. Dan James goes to the bench. Aronson's done enough for me to think he should probably keep playing in the 10 until he's out of form, or, I just wouldn't want to drop Aronson when he hasn't done anything wrong. Two goals in 3 games, or 4 games? 4 games, sorry. 2 goals in 4 games is nothing to sniffle at from a 10. But my starting 4 at the top probably would be Nonto in the middle, Ramazani on the right, or Solomon, left or right dependent, and Matteo Joseph up top. But, at the end of the day, it is what it is. If Aronson's playing, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, I think he's been fantastic so far. Dan James, he'll be a bench option. Perot on the bench as well. Like, you look at the depth we have on the bench now, and it's starting to make sense what the 49ers are doing. I think the biggest thing for me is the squad depth and the especially after the game, looking to the bench and feeling comfortable, whoever they bring on, or if someone's injured, whoever comes in will really be able to do a job. I think that's the main thing. I think looking at the midfield now, you've got Ampadu, Gruev, Rothwell, Tanaka, and Charlie Crew if need be. I just think that's a fantastic amount of options in the midfield. In the 10, you've got Aronson, Nonto, Perot. You've got a few options there. Out wide, you obviously got Nonto, Ramazani, Solomon, who was pretty good on the weekend, and Dan James. And up top, Matteo Joseph and maybe Peru, or I guess Bamford. I don't want to see Bamford in the shirt again though. But you probably say it's Peru as a backup. And the back line, I think my dad said to me before the window started, sorry, at the end of the window, are we better off now? And my answer to him was, let's run through it. The goalkeeper's the same, goalkeeper spots, which is now the glaring issue. But that's the positive. The goalkeeper's now a glaring issue. The last few windows it's not been as big of an issue because it's been so many more problems elsewhere. But goalkeeper spots the same. The back line is better. Bogle's an upgrade on Archie Gray just because he is a natural right back, and we have Schmidt, who we haven't seen yet, but he's back up. You now have Byram and Firpo, which is the same on the left, and you've got a stronger back line, the back two. Stroik is like a new signing. Rodon's not been great so far, but you got Verber as backup and DeBio if need be, or Ampadu. Not that I want to see Ampadu there, but he is backup. So we're stronger in the back. The back line is officially stronger. The midfield, the double pivot, is stronger because Ampadu's back in there, which is stronger. Gruev looks a bit better this year. I think he was fine last year. I think he's looked a bit more progressive this year. Rothwell looks great so far. Really good option to bring on. Playing the cups, whatever it might be. I think he's a really good option. And Tanaka, so far, looks like he'll be a fantastic signing. I think he's could be an upgrade on Kamara. Who knows? But if not the same, which is still a good player at this level. So that midfield is definitely an upgrade. Now, the front four. I'll keep the strikers separate. Winger 10, the wingers in the 10, it's not stronger, obviously. However, give it a month and I might be turning around saying this is a fantastic window and that it's just as good. Solomon's looked all right so far. Is he Somerville? No. But we're not asking him to be. We're just asking him to be close enough too. Same with Ramazani, but I really liked what I saw when he came on. And you know, Nonto, we're going to give him some license to be a bit more creative. So far, I look at that and go, you know, we've got Aronson back as well. You know, you could argue, to be fair, with bench options, we're not as strong individually, but we're strong. We're stronger in depth. And it's an upgrade at striker. Mario Joseph, I know we had him last year, but we're starting him this year. That's an upgrade. So far, I do look at the depth as being an upgrade, but I also look at each line and go, is it an upgrade from last year? Yeah, it is an upgrade. When you know, if you look at the whole window, you go, okay, the players we didn't bring in were as strong as the ones that went out, but we added depth. And then you generally do look at each line and you go, the midfield is better. You could argue the same, which was good enough to get 90-odd points last year. You look at the back line and that's better. And the front line, so far, that was the biggest question, and it's looking okay. So, for me, not a big issue. Ask me, and I'll do a video in a month whether I think that the window was a flop or not. Everyone sort of said you'll know by the end of the window. I don't think it's quite as clear cut as that. Give me a couple of weeks to see what these signings are like, but I like what I saw. So, I guess that brings me on to the game. Mario Joseph, excellent finish. That's what I wanted to see. Solomon, you know, he was a little bit predictable, but watching him when he did eventually change it up, he's just got a turn of pace. He's a bit of quality on the ball. He wants to attack. He wants to get at the defenders, which is what you want to see from your winger. And puts a nice little neat cross in front post, bang. And Joseph makes that run, which is what we've seen in preseason. That one darting in front of defender and just to tap it in. So for me, great little finish. And then I obviously saw a bit of a play where Junior Firpo wins the ball, 1-2, whips it in front of Ramazani, who was there, pace, just quick as. But he was there as an option, but it went through to Perot at the back. And he, as usual, cool, calm finish. So I'm buzzing for Perot and Joseph to get off the mark. You know, everyone gets on Perot. I've got on Perot before. If he can come on as a bench option just to impact games, I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. I just want him to do well. I want every Leeds player to just do well. I want Mario Joseph to score 20 this year. I want Ramazani to terrorise defences. I want Solomon to terrorise defences. I want Nonto to just terrorise defences. I don't want to put a number on how many goals, but, you know, I just want to see us scoring freely, and I want us to just terrorise teams. And obviously, you want your striker to score 20. So, and some goals from midfield. I think I saw Tanaka score 13 from the midfield. If he can get, you know, 8 to 10 goals from the midfield, that'd be unreal. I think the biggest thing is we're in the green going into the window next year as well. So either January we go into the window in the green, or if we do go up, we go into the Premier League and be able to spend what we want. You know, you see so many teams in the Premier League who, if they go down, they're going to cop AFL charges for what they did, you know, Aston Villa in the Championship. So I think, you know, I'm looking at this so far and going, you know, good business. I thought Tanaka come on looked really, really good. I think he looked a bit agile. He looked agile. He looked nippy. He looked active. He looked like he's, he doesn't play the obvious pass. He sort of looked a bit sort of, what's the word? Just looked really, really active. He looked like, and you get that from those sort of Asian players, Japanese, sort of, Korean players that don't really, it's got to come back to bite me. It's they don't make mistakes. They don't, it's, they make the right choice. And that's the way they drilled in those countries. So I think he looks like he's going to be that sort of player. He's going to just play the right pass. And do the right thing, move the ball. He looks like he wants to go forward. Ramazani looks rapid. He got the ball sort of caught underneath him when he sort of ran from the halfway line on the right all the way into the middle of the box, and it looked like he sort of goes, how, you could sort of see in his eyes, he's like, how have I got here? But he looked great, and Solomon gets an assist. So far we see what Schmidt's like. But I thought it was a really good overall performance. It was, a lot of people call it professional, and I agree. I think we saw what we need to from that Leeds side. So yeah, I'm buzzing with that with the win. Buzzing. I'm yet to say the window was a failure or a success. Maybe give me a month and I'll find that one, and I'll let you know what I think of the window. But that's my thoughts. Again, let me know in the comment section below what you think of the window, what you thought of the new signings on the weekend, and also let me know how buzzing you are that Leeds got a win on the and we roll on international break now, and then Burnley, isn't it? So we'll see. That's a real test. But yeah, again, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.